Hello students, today's topic is note making. This is done in classes 11 and 12, especially in the CBSE board. This is one of the most easiest topics, however, many students find it quite challenging and difficult. My endeavor through this video is to change that frame of mind. So from being troubled in the beginning, I hope that towards the end of this video, you are quite happy and you have learned most of it. So let us begin. Now, while preparing notes, you have to capture the essence of the given passage. You should never write long sentences. Always use phrases. Limit your subpoints to 5 to 6. Proper indentation must be followed. Use only 5 to 7 abbreviations in your notes. Underline all the abbreviations, and key to abbreviations is a must. This is how you should make the key. You should number also. Serial number also should be given over there in the beginning, and they should be mentioned very clearly in a proper box. Include all relevant or important points in your notes. Please remember that note making is an important study skill. So it is not necessary to make notes in sequence of paragraphs in the passage. And you must include all the important points. You should prepare a cohesive and coherent summary in not more than 80 words. Use third person indirect speech and the past tense wherever possible. Summary should be written in paragraph because it is supposed to be in just 80 words, not even 100. And of course, an appropriate title has to be given to the notes that you have prepared. Now, in order to explain the process of note making, I decided to take this example from the NCERT book Hornbill. This passage is on the birds. These are called pheasants. These are shy, charming birds that are known for their brilliant plumage. Now read this passage. You can take out your books and read this passage. So after reading the passage, what is the first step that we should do? The first step is that we jot down or underline the important points. Obviously, we cannot underline in the board exams because we are not allowed to write anything in the question paper. So what should we do? Let us see. So we draw a margin just like we draw a margin in our papers like mathematics and accountancy and physics, and we jot down our important points there. So if you will notice, you will observe that not more than 6 to 7 points have been underlined, and we are going to chalk out our headings, subheadings, subheadings if required from this only. Let us see how. All right, this is also one very interesting and fruitful method, that you read the passage again, asking yourself questions and answering them as you read. For instance, you say, all right, what is this passage about? You get your answer. Where are they found? Asia, particularly in India. Where is their origin? Himalayas. Which group of birds are they? So you talk of all these points which you had jotted down, which you had noted down, or which you had underlined in the passage itself. And now you are getting all the answers as well. So once you have got all the questions and the answers ready, then what? Well, then we go to step 3. What is step 3? With the help of the answers, we note down the main points and we write down the points without full forms of the verbs. For instance, we make use of colons. We make use of the long dash. We, also have to remember that 2 or 3 related ideas can be combined into one point. So you see these main points. We are talking of pheasants. Who are they? We are talking of their origin. We are talking of their order. We are talking of the number of species according to the ESI chart, and we are talking of the purpose of ESI chart. And then we talk of peacock, which is India's national bird, and it is also a member of this family. It is represented in Indian art, culture, and folklore. Now you are going to number all these facts. So you go over the facts and you number them. Now this is only to analyze the process of note making, With practice, you will be able to reach step 4 immediately, going through steps 2 and 3 mentally. So what I mean to say here is that once you practice more passages, you will be able to straight away jot down the numbers. You won't have to practically do step 2 and step 3. Step 2 and step 3 will be mentally done, and you will straight away reach to this main step 4. Finally, we have to analyze whether our notes are good or not. So we have to read carefully the characteristics of good notes, which are as follows. Obviously, children, as I told you in the beginning, the notes have to be short. You should identify the main point in the notes, and they list information in what is called the note form. They are written only in phrases and not in lengthy sentences. Information is logically divided and subdivided. Now, these are some of the methods which you can adopt in your indentation. I generally prefer and advise, I suggest to my students to follow the decimal system, which I'm just going to show you in the next slide. So all the abbreviations and symbols should be freely used. Articles, prepositions, conjunctions should be omitted, and notes must make sense when they are read again, otherwise they will be of no use. Now you can see there are so many happy kids because they are telling me that yes, we have understood the crux of note making and we are going to get full marks in note making, 5 on 5. So this is the indentation which you have to follow. The title comes in the center of your page. Then you start from the left hand side of your page and you give a heading. You can give your heading in block letters as well. Now this is a staircase method, staircase kind of design. If you see, the points are going ahead, right? So just below 1 comes 2, just below 2 comes 3, then below 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 2.1, 2.2, 3.1, 3.2, and below 1.3.1 will come 2.2.1, 2.2.2 and 3.3.1 and likewise. So you have to follow this, you have to really follow this religiously, because what you write there may or may not be correct, but the examiner is definitely going to see your presentation, and presentation in note making is nothing but proper indentation. Of course, the content does matter. It's not that you can write anything over there which makes no sense. No, it is not that. What I mean to say is the presentation is really extremely important. So along with the presentation, the content has to be good. If you have understood your passage, your notes will be perfect. All right. So this is the indentation. I think this is the simplest. According to me, this is the simplest to understand. The decimal system, follow this, and it is not confusing at all, and it's very simple, and students get very good scores when they follow the decimal system. Now, once my notes are ready, the key to abbreviation is ready, I am left with my summary. The summary has to be written in only 80 words. Now, sometimes we follow the same procedure which we followed for making our notes. In a way, it is right, but there is no need of doing that. You have, children, already invested a lot of time in preparing the notes, so the summary has to be extracted from those notes only. So do not go back and start preparing your summary again. You read the passage and then you prepare your summary. No, it is not to be done like that. On the contrary, you have to just revisit your notes, extract the summary from there and make it happen. Okay, so this is how you write your summary. You can have a look at these examples. This slide is again taken from your hornbill. You must underline the important ideas. You must write them down. Okay, again, you have already done all this in the notes. So my advice to you would be that you just extract those 80 words from the notes, because you have invested a lot of time in preparing those notes. All right. So I am sure you all have understood how to go about it. and note making is no more a challenging or a difficult task for you. However, the key to success is practice. You have to practice at least 8 to 10 passages before your exams. You must have practiced at least 4 to 5 passages. So before going for your final exams, just practice 1 or 2 more passages and that's it. Just read the passage very carefully in the exam. So finally, my take on note making is this. Note making is simple. It is scoring. You have to read the passage very carefully. Note down the important points. Do not write long sentences. Follow a proper indentation. According to me, decimal system is the best. And since you have already invested time in making your notes, use that and write your summary from the notes. Extract your summary from those notes. Okay. So remember, it is just 1/3 the length of the original passage. Key to abbreviations, don't forget to make that. There's one whole mark for that. And title also is a must. Please don't forget to give the title. Don't forget to give the key. Don't forget to give the summary in only and only 80 words. All right. So that is it. Happy learning. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.